This episode of April and Jay Have No Ideas is brought to you by the Misconnection section of Craigslist. I would have come up with something else, but I was too busy signing up to participate in the Area 51 raid.
Missing GH fun? Bayside. Missing Glory H fun? Elegant, big, mature woman looking for fun. I host in discreet area with easy parking. It's simple. Walk in, come, and go. Posted about 4 hours ago. Hi, I'm April.
I'm Jay. And we have no ideas. She's quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Considerate.
Concise?
What?
Concise?
She's concise, but she's quite, considerate's not the word I'm looking for. I don't know. I don't know the word I'm looking for.
I don't know the word you're looking for either.
But she's quite that thing.
Oh, okay. So we're back from
accommodating. She's quite accommodating.
Okay.
Parking and all that nonsense. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so we're back. So I'm gonna apologize in advance. I'm not home in my usual setup, and I'm dog sitting for my mother, which means that at any given point in time, you might hear crazy barking because there is a bunny that has been terrorizing the dogs. It runs around to the different windows and makes Rigby go crazy. And then, yeah, so just in advance, I apologize because these dogs have been barking like mad the last 3 days, although they're sleeping right now, so hopefully they'll be good for
the
episode.
All right. So we've consumed a lot of things in the past couple of weeks.
We have. I'm trying to think, when did we record last?
I don't know if I remember.
Was it before my 2 trips to the city?
Maybe.
Let me check. Hold on. June 19th. Yes, the Billie Eilish Scares Us episode.
Yes.
Okay, so then the next day is when I went to the city with my cousin to go see Letterkenny, and we were drinking around the city.
Yes.
I got in the car, so he met me at the train station, and then we were going to take the train down together, but he wanted to park his car in long-term parking. And I get into the car, and he's playing Billie Eilish for me.
Ugh, just the worst.
I actually listened to her album on... What day was it? What day did I go to Lake George? What day is today?
I don't know. Monday?
Okay, so Saturday. I listened to her album. It's not bad.
It's not good either.
I don't know. I kind of like some of her songs, but yeah. So I get into the car and he's playing "I Wish You Were Gay," and I just looked at him and he goes, "I haven't listened to the episode yet, but when I saw the title of it, I knew I had to play it for you."
Wonderful. Well, I assume you're bringing this up because you want to talk about that.
What?
Letterkenny?
No, it was a lot of fun. It was a really good show, but no, we had a very, we drank around the city. We started our drinking adventure, on the train, with some tall boys. So we were drunk by the time we got to the city.
That's wonderful.
We're just a little bit buzzed. It wasn't terrible. But there was a father with 2 young sons that were sitting in front of us. And the little, the younger one, he probably was 3, was getting kind of loud and being a little kid, bored on the train. And the father was like, now, we need to be quiet. And I looked at the dad and I was like, not on our account, please. Like, we're a mess. Don't even worry about it. And he was like, well, if we encourage that behavior, he'll only get worse. I'm like, okay, sorry. And my cousin looked at me and he was like, do you think he's talking about us? But then the kid, like, missed his nap, so he got, like, punch drunk. So by the time that we were getting to Grand Central Station, he's, like, falling all over the place, flopping on and giggling like crazy. It was hysterical. Yeah. But then we went to every bar we went to, had a couple of drinks. And, like, the second or third bar we went to, I think it was the second one, they only had, like, high top seats available. Now, we had eaten lunch, so we were sobering up a bit. But I have a real issue with getting on high top chairs. Like, I can't do it. Like, I don't know what it is, but I can't get up onto higher seats, which my husband thinks is hysterical. So we walk into this bar, and I'm like, I was like, Ryan, I can't get up on the seat. He goes, okay. I said, so therefore we have to leave because if they see me trying to get up on the seat, they'll think I'm drunk and won't serve me. And he was like, oh, good call. But we did find this really awesome tequila bar, which had amazing food. As a matter of fact, the next weekend when I went to Pride, we went there for drinks and food after the show we went to. But holy cow, I ordered a spicy margarita, but I wanted a frozen margarita. And they're like, well, it's already pre-made, so we can just add the spice around the rim. I'm like, sure, no problem. Jay, they used, like, Old El Paso seasoning.
Yeah, that's what a spicy margarita is.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. A spicy margarita is not Old El Paso seasoning on the rim.
Yeah.
No, it's got, like, jalapenos in it.
Old El Paso has seasonings.
It was... The thing around the rim was orange. It was so salty.
It's fine.
But yeah, so Letterkenny was really quite funny. Not that you've seen any episodes, I'm assuming, still.
Nope.
Stop resisting.
Nope.
Okay. And then the following week, I went to New York City again with a friend of mine, and we went to Pride, which we do every year. And we decided to get tickets to a Broadway show.
Okay.
We saw Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
I figured that's what you saw when you posted and said, no, you can't sit with us. Which was hilarious.
Shut up.
Sorry.
It was like, I was very impressed. They did a set design like I've never seen before. It was all like LED screens instead of, like, standing sets. And then they had, like, movable set pieces that they'd bring in and out, like lockers and bathroom stalls and things like that. So the set changes were immediate. But the woman who plays Regina George, her name's Taylor Louderman, I believe.
Okay.
What a fucking voice. I was absolutely stunned. Her voice is incredible. They stuck pretty close to the movie too. It was excellent.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, seeing as though the last Broadway show I saw was with He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Did you see Ghostbusters?
Did I see Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Never mind. Or Ghost?
No, why would I see Ghost?
Never mind.
What? What am I missing?
The joke went over your head.
Because I was in Manhattan?
No, because you got ghosted.
Fuck you. Still not funny. I don't care that it's been 3 years. Still not funny.
What else?
Not a whole lot. It's been a pretty boring vacation so far. I'm quite sunburned right now.
Well, that happens when you sit outside.
Yeah, I was out there all day again today. For probably 5 or 6 hours.
Damn, Daniel.
Well, I was reading.
All right.
And I finally killed the hornet that's been taunting me.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I'm proud of myself. That thing was driving me crazy. 2 days, it was it just kept coming closer and closer to me, and finally I got it.
Good call. All right.
You're in a bitchy mood tonight, huh?
What?
So you're in a bitchy mood tonight.
I'm feeling salty.
I could tell.
What else? I went on vacation. That was fun. Took a road trip to Colorado.
Are you going to tell the story about your near-death experience?
I almost got killed by a moose because I got too close. I'm going to tell the short version of the story. Got out of the car and got as close as I could to try and take a picture thinking it was going to pass by. It did not pass by. It wanted to go where I was. Luckily, it trotted by me within 5 feet calmly and left the vicinity.
So
that's the super short version of that story.
So I get a phone call a couple of weeks ago, and it's Jay, and I know he's on vacation. And I answer it, and I get, so you almost had to podcast by yourself forever because I almost died.
I did say that. I might have been over-exaggerating a little. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember at this point now. But yeah, boys and girls, don't get too close to mooses.
I don't know why you got out of your car to take a picture. I just don't understand it.
I've never seen one, and it was there.
Okay.
Because I'm the guy that doesn't follow the rules on the sign that says stay in your car.
Clearly.
Please stay 1,000 feet away from animals at all times.
Did you guys take the Jeep?
Mm-hmm.
How is the gas mileage on that trip?
It was great. 20 miles per gallon.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's not too bad.
No. Was not bad at all.
I've got my mom's Cherokee this week.
Boy.
So nice, though.
It's like a new one?
Yeah, it's a 20... Might be 2019.
Nice.
Grand Cherokee.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm staying here, and when I was making the plans to come, I'm like, well, why don't I just take the train? And she goes, okay, how will you get around? I said, are you guys taking 2 cars down? She was like, well, no, we'll take the truck. And I said, okay, so then I can take your Jeep for the week. And she was like, oh, that makes sense. What a nice ride that thing is.
I bet.
I'd never be able to afford one, but it's nice having one for a week.
I bet.
Drove it out to Lake George on Saturday. Giant sunroof open, windows down. Oh, it's very nice. Yeah, because it's got all the freaking
You're just having yourself a nice time.
Well, I mean, if I have to be away from my dogs and my husband for a week, I might as well enjoy it.
Might as well rub it in.
And her dogs are pretty good. They listen.
I guess that's a plus.
Well, I mean, my dogs are going to be 7 on Friday. So I think they're like 8 or 9. But they listen much better than my dogs do.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So let's see. While we were gone, I can think of 2 things that we both binged. Not binged. Well, one thing we binged and another thing we experienced I still have not seen John Wick, so that was kind of a bummer. I planned on seeing that during my time off, but didn't get that far. Stranger Things season 3 came out.
Yes, it did.
And Spider-Man Far From Home came out.
Yes, it did. Best Spider-Man movie yet.
Best Spider-Man movie. Let's talk about that first. That's a big claim.
Okay.
To make.
Well, let's see. The Tobey Maguire ones are just meh to me. Like, I'm not a fan.
I agree.
Andrew Garfield ones were okay.
Yeah, they weren't that good.
They were better than the Tobey ones, in my opinion.
I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, I'm not defending the Tobey Maguire ones, but the Sam Raimi ones were meant to be like they were.
Okay. I liked the first Spider-Man Homecoming. I enjoyed that one. I thought Tom Holland was a good Spider-Man. But I thoroughly enjoyed Far From Home. I liked it a lot more than I liked Homecoming. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I watched some of the press beforehand. And when I was in the city, before bed, Chuck and I Chuck was like, you need to see this compilation. And it was like all their press stuff and like the absolute adoration that Tom Holland and Jake Gyllenhaal have for each other.
Yeah.
So like going into that, seeing like that they actually like had a genuine friendship and that they had fun making the movie. Like, I don't know, I think it made me enjoy the movie more. But I liked a lot the fact that MJ figured it out for herself. That he was Spider-Man.
Right. And then she said, oh yeah, it wasn't that difficult.
You know, I really liked it. I think the reason that I liked this better than the other ones, I mean, Homecoming is, you know, a close second. It's not that far off. Although, Into the Spider-Verse, am I comparing it with that too? Because then that's a whole other ballpark.
I mean, in my book, they're both equal. They're both equally amazing. Trying to think. So, it's funny, like, going into it, Marvel played really hard that, like, oh, Mysterio's a good guy. Like, it was obvious he was not. And anybody who was familiar with the character, it is obvious he's not. But, like, when they started going into, like, the movie and they're talking about, oh, there's multiple universes and this universe is Marvel Earth 616. And I was like, no, fuck it. No way. And I was talking to one of my friends about it, and he's like, why? I'm like, because it was too much. They gave us too much of what we wanted. They never give you that much of what you want. To reference, like, the Earth designation from, like, the comic books and stuff. And, like, yeah. I was like, nope, full of shit. Nope, you're done. But, like, as the movie went on, and, like, it was apparent that he wasn't as bad as you thought, I was starting to get, like, ticked. I'm like, oh, they better fucking make this guy an asshole. Like, I was, like, getting ticked. And then when he finally, like, the reveal, I was like, okay, all right, I got it. I think that us Spider-Man fans, clamored for, like, a Mysterio for years and years and years, and they wanted Bruce Campbell to play him during the Raimi years, and, like, I'm so glad they waited, because the way they went with it and the technology that was used, like, it was the perfect time for it. They had to wait till now. They had to wait till, like, CGI and all that stuff was, like, more realized in the real world.
Okay.
And the technology was not so far-fetched. I just think it was like the perfect time, the perfect combination of technology and like science fiction, and it was just so well done. Because the way his powers work is all lights and smoke and mirrors and stuff. But like the way they were able to use like the oh, bunny alert.
There she goes.
The way they were able to use the barf from previous movies. It was the barf.
Yes.
That was what that thing was called, the barf.
Yes.
It was just a perfect callback to something that was like a throwaway that everybody assumed was going to be used somehow, but no, it was just perfect. They did such a great job with it. I thought the story was fantastic. I thought, it was funny too. And if you hadn't realized by now, we're spoiling the shit out of this.
Yeah, we probably should have.
Well, we'll put it in the description.
Put it in the description.
It's funny too. As I was watching the movie, I was like, man, you think Nick Fury would be happy to be back, but he's a bigger dick than ever in this movie. I'm like, why is he such a douchebag? He's not usually this much of a douchebag. Well, come to find out, it wasn't him. It was a fucking what is it, Talos?
Yes.
Which I find to be even better, because I feel like they purposefully did that, because in trying to pretend to be Nick Fury, he kind of went overboard.
Yeah.
And was purposefully a douchebag, which I think like lends some comic relief to it. Like if you go back and watch it the second time knowing that it's not him, I feel like it's probably funnier. Instead of being like, Jesus, why is Nick such a douche to this guy? You're probably going to watch it and go, oh, he's overcompensating.
Well, now here's the question. How long has Nick been on that ship?
That's the same question I had. I don't think he's been on the ship since the era of Captain Marvel. I don't. I think, because that's the question, right? Was that him that called Captain Marvel to Earth? I don't know. I saved an article. Let me see if I can find it. It was from Screen Rant. Here it is. Okay. So it says, one of Spider-Man Far From Home's biggest revelations is that Talos, the Skrull, who was last becoming an ally of Captain Marvel, was impersonating Nick Fury all along. Casually dropped the major bombshell that the fans weren't watching the real Nick Fury, Maria Hill. Talos and the real Nick Fury joined forces in Captain Marvel. Blah, 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 blah. So clearly a lot has changed. But when exactly did he step into the role of Nick Fury? In Spider-Man Far From Home end credits scene, Fury and Hill are seen driving, and content that they are now enjoying privacy in their car, they both revert back to their original Skrull forms. Talos admits embarrassment that he completely believed the lies and illusions of Mysterio, which is especially damning considering he's a shapeshifter who trades in deception. He ended his vacation when he's contacted. The question remains, how long was Talos posing as Nick Fury on Earth?
Because here's the thing, right? So was he Nick Fury when the Winter Soldier, quote unquote, killed Nick Fury, which would help explain why he was able to survive?
Yeah, so it says Far From Home is set 8 months after the blip, which is what Thanos' snap is now called, apparently, which I knew that, which I'm fine with. People are like all pissy about it, but shut the fuck up. Who cares? It's possible Fury set his new plan involving the Skrulls immediately after he was seen at the funeral of Tony Stark, which means that Talos has been incognito as Fury for up to 8 months. However, it's also possible
Talos was at Nick Fury, or was at Tony's funeral.
not necessarily.
Yes, it was, because he said, I was going to talk to you at Tony's funeral, but I didn't get the chance.
Yeah, but he could just be saying that knowing Nick Fury was at the funeral. Hold that thought for a second.
Okay. Riggs, go lay down. I had to relocate to the dining room. That stool was getting really uncomfortable.
Okay. Mark the time.
I paused it. We're good.
Okay. Ready?
I'm already unpaused. So.
Okay. So he could have been just saying that because he knew Nick was at the funeral.
But would it be that thorough that he wouldn't know that Nick didn't talk?
Of course. That's their whole shtick. Anyway, so the article goes on to say, assuming the real Nick Fury formed the Avengers in 2012, a potential point where Talos could have doubled him is when Nick Fury went into hiding after the events of 2014's Captain America the Winter Soldier.
Right.
The One-Eyed Spy next appears with Maria Hill in a S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier a year later in Age of Ultron, but there's a chance that could already be Talos and Soren in their roles. After all, Fury eats a diagonally cut sandwich in Age of Ultron, something he swore in Captain Marvel he never does.
I'm going to have to go back and rewatch all this shit now.
Right. So after Age of Ultron, Fury isn't seen again in the MCU until the end credits of Avengers Infinity War, when he and Hill get dusted by Thanos' snap. But what if that was Talos and Soren in disguise who actually died at the moment that it was Talos who used Fury's beeper to summon Captain Marvel? If so, the real Fury didn't die in the decimation. And then it just goes on to say, of course, there aren't enough facts yet to resolve this mystery, but now the cat's out of the bag that Talos poses as Fury. It's natural for fans to now question whether it was really Talos' Fury in the Spy's MCU appearances that occur after Marvel's 1995. But since Spider-Man Far From Home sets up Phase 4 of the MCU, hopefully fans will soon find out how long Fury and Talos have been perpetrating their ruse and what Fury's mission with the Skrulls aboard the space station is. I'm sure that's what they're building to. They're not going to just throw that in your face and be like, no, we're never going to touch it again.
Is there going to build a space station?
I mean, they could be.
Okay.
They could be building a space outpost. That's my theory is they're building an outpost, a S.H.I.E.L.D. outpost in space. Yeah. So, but no, otherwise it was very good. I mean, I don't know how I liked the ending. I liked the fact that the other after the credit scene where he doctors the footage and then releases it and basically gives away Peter's real identity.
Yeah.
On one hand, I love that they did that. On the other hand, I'm like, really? That's exactly how you ended the last one. It's like a little redundant.
What do you mean? They didn't end.
In Far From Home, he gets home, he takes off the mask, and May is standing in the door.
Yeah, but that's a big difference between...
The last line is her going, what the...
Yeah, but there's a big difference between that and
but
the
it's very
whole
similar.
world knowing. Or at least the city.
It's very similar. Well, I'm sure it's going to be the whole world.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. So that's going to be interesting. I'm trying to think of what else, because it's been a minute since I saw it. God. No, overall, I thought it was. I think I agree with you. I think it was the best one thus far.
Yeah.
I like that. It reminded me of the Marvel Spider-Man video game they just released it.
Wow.
They just released this year, in that they went for a suit that we've never really seen before. I like that they're starting to do that. That they're starting to say, "Hey, we can make a suit that you've never seen before, and you're gonna like it and get over it."
Oh, I definitely got teary-eyed when he was making the suit.
I love that they let J.K. Simmons come back. Nobody else could ever play that role.
Yeah.
Like there's nobody that can play that role. He needs to play that role till he dies.
I also like the Happy and Aunt May thing.
Yeah, I'm indifferent about it.
Well, because at least in the Civil War comics, like that event, Happy and Pepper were a thing.
Yeah.
So I like that they used Jon Favreau as much as they did, and that it created like a little bit more for May to do.
I feel like they're using him too, and I think this is a good thing. I think they keep using him too because they feel like they owe him in a way. I mean, he directed the first Iron Man.
Yeah.
He's basically the first success that led to all this. So it's
True.
like I feel like they just keep giving him work because they're like, "Nah, we owe you." But I think it's good. He's good in that role.
Did you watch Community or no?
A bit.
So I just did a whole rewatch like a week ago of like the entire series. And the reason is because Ryan, my cousin, texted me and said, "Did you know that the Russo brothers were behind Community?"
Mm-hmm.
And I had no idea. Like I never put two and two together. Like I never really thought about it.
They also teased a Community announcement for the upcoming San Diego Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm. I think we're getting a movie.
I never really liked Community that much.
Oh my god, I loved it. And going back and rewatching, season 6 was a bit of a stretch. Had a very different feel to it. But I think we still need a movie to get to the 6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah. We'll see.
It would be interesting, though, to know if Donald Glover will come back to do the movie.
I don't think he will. Personally, I don't think he will, but we'll see. Yeah, no, I like I said, I thought it was fantastic. I have no complaints.
No.
I mean, I'm sure there's more I want to say about it, but I honestly don't remember. My time off was a bit of a whirlwind of 1,000,001 things, so.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I guess that's it for Spider-Man. Let's talk about Stranger Things Season 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. So you...
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, so you were disappointed, huh?
I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't overly impressed.
So, I did a rewatch of that, like, I don't know, a week or two before the new season came out.
Right.
In leading up to the new season, because it's been almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked this season.
How come?
Okay, so I feel like season 2, which was a good season, was basically like a rehash of season 1. Gotta keep Elle a secret. Gotta save Mike from something, or not Mike. Gotta save Will from something. The bright, shiny part of season 2 for me was definitely Sean Astin as Bob. Like, I loved him. But I mean, I feel like season 3 surpassed season 2. We know that they're going to be fighting, the Upside Down and everything that comes out of the Upside Down. And there's really nothing new that's coming out of the Upside Down. So it was nice to see that, they used Billy more. I loved the friendship between Elle and Max. I liked Hopper's transition to father of a teenage daughter.
To fat Rambo.
In watching it, because I saw a lot of people hating on Hopper this season. That he was overboard and he was mean and blah blah blah. And I think people forget that he was a father. He had a daughter who died. He basically got a second chance at being a dad, and he was thrown into this fatherhood to a teenager. And Mike was a little shit.
I mean, no worse than any other kid.
Hey, Jay, would you have ever talked to any of your girlfriend's fathers the way that Mike spoke to Hopper?
It's different, though. He had a pre-existing relationship with this guy. Like, pre-existing, like they've known him forever.
I suppose, but I think it becomes a little bit different when you're...
Okay, well, he's also a 13-year-old kid. He doesn't have any common sense.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, I think that I don't think that Hopper was out of line in in his treatment of Mike and Elle, and he was doing the best he could. But then I'm thinking about it too. It's also the 80s. Like, things were so different back in the 80s.
Yeah.
People were offended by all the smoking, I read.
Oh, get over it.
Oh, no. Okay, so I was a big fan of the Dustin and Steve friendship that started in season 2. So in season 3, I fucking loved the two of them.
Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong, that was so much better.
Like, the fact that he was genuinely excited when he came back from camp and, ran out to get him. I also like that they made Steve even more relatable by never letting him out of that stupid uniform.
I mean, the whole thing took place in, 2 days or something?
Yeah, it was a couple of days.
I don't know, all right. Here's the thing. I get that the mayor was being paid off by the Russians and all this nonsense, but nobody fucking realized that they were building this giant fucking mall and they were building a giant fucking bunker underneath it. That bunker wasn't just fucking there. They had to build that shit. Nobody was like, wow, it's taking a really long time to build this mall. It's been 4 years. I'm like, how long does it take to build a giant fucking... That bunker was fucking huge. It was miles long. And they're just like, oh, it just popped up.
Yeah, but okay, pre-internet.
Yeah, but even still, I don't know. Seems a little far-fetched to me.
I mean, suspend your disbelief there, friend. I mean, you also had the shadow monster.
I stand by what I said. The most unrealistic thing was the building construction of that mall and bunker.
Can we talk about not Mike? Oh God, what's his name?
Will?
Nope.
Dustin?
Nope.
The other one?
Yeah, whose name I can't think of, and that's terrible. Erica, his sister Erica.
I found that character to be kind of annoying.
She's the annoying little sister.
I know, and there was nothing redeeming about that character. It
She's
was
a
obnoxious.
genius.
Ugh, I don't care. She was obnoxious.
I don't know if you've seen Millie Bobby Brown has decided that she's challenging everybody to the Never-Ending Story Challenge.
Ugh, I saw that.
The soundtrack for this season was really good, too.
It was pretty good.
Although the soundtrack for the previous 2 seasons, also really good.
Yeah. I was kind of disappointed for Steve.
Because he doesn't get the girl?
Yeah, I was like, oh. I think I felt like he felt, where he was like, oh.
Lucas.
All
Lucas
right.
is his name.
What?
Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas. I think I felt like he felt at the same time. I was kind of like, oh, that's a bummer. I mean, I guess not for her, obviously, but I was like, oh, bummer.
But, I mean, that's part of it, right? I mean, he's always been the guy that gets the girl, and he's always been the most sought-after guy, and...
Yeah.
You know, he's been dealt quite a bit of humble pie, but that just means that, you know, it also gives him such a, you know, he's going through a redemption arc.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this season really like brought it, you know, to the pinnacle where, you know, Steve's in it, and he's a good guy, and I think he had to fall in order for him to, you know, get that redemption.
Let's see, what else?
So I didn't cry when Hopper turned to dust, or we think. But the letter.
Oh, I know.
Well, the listeners don't.
Well, I thought you were saying it to me. I'm just like,
no.
I know exactly where you cried.
Oh yeah.
I texted you and said, "Oh, I see it now." I was in the living room with my wife, and at one point I was like, "I don't get it." She said this was heart wrenching. I don't think. Oh, I get it now. And even Sharon went and said what it was, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's it." I'm like, "Yep, that's the ticket."
Yeah. Especially when he was just like, "Love, Dad," and I was just like, "Oh God." Ugly crying. Oh, it was terrible. It killed me.
But yeah, like I said, I wasn't overly impressed with the end of the season. She lost her powers, or supposedly they're moving out of Indiana. You know they're gonna come back. Like, I don't know. Like, she was back at. That's the thing. Like, they shouldn't have moved out of Indiana when they were going like back and forth about it. And she's like, "Oh, I think I'll stay." And then he dies, and she's like, "Fuck that guy. He's dead now. I'm leaving." The story for me, I feel like the natural progression should have been like, "Oh, I'm going to stay now, and I'm going to join the police force, and I'm going to help keep this place safe." Not like, "Oh, fuck it. He's gone, so I'm gone." It just didn't feel right to me. I felt like that was a bad choice in the plot.
That was the only thing that did bother me, was I did not like that they moved.
Yeah, like, it seems stupid to me.
Like that one, that's where.
Poor plot choice.
I mean, the Mrs. Wheeler and Billy thing. that kind of bugged me a bit.
I mean, I see
Yeah.
going with it, and then of course you find out later she didn't show up anyway.
Yeah.
And then when he was fantasized for a minute about smashing her head in, I'm like, oh god. Okay, just a dream.
I also do appreciate the fact that in the end he
Redeemed himself
a little bit. I mean, something must have happened between last season and this season. I mean, I know that or when he came to fight Steve and Max just listen, you're gonna leave me and my friends alone from now on. So to see that their relationship must have been repaired.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I mean, she was pretty broken up about the fact that he was the monster and that they were gonna have to kill him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but then at the same time, it was just I think maybe it was just the fact that that was her brother.
Yeah.
And I know, in talking to my wife about it, it was it reminded it was too much like zombies, all these zombie people.
Yeah.
And, there was nothing that differentiated it from the mundane that we're used to and everything else. Oh, okay, these people are infected. Oh, they're like zombies. Oh, but okay, but they turn into mush and then they turn into a big monster. But even still, it just freaking turns them into zombies and I don't know.
I suppose. And hey, Steve finally won a fight.
Steve did win a fight with a big Russian guy. But yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of issues with it.
Okay. I enjoyed it, especially having watched the first 2 seasons leading up to it.
Who do you think the American is?
Hopper.
I don't think it is.
Who do you think it is?
Could be anybody. Why do you think it's Hopper? He's dead. He got toasted.
Did he? Or was he just blasted to the upside down? And that's where that is.
I don't...
There was a Demogorgon.
Yeah, but I believe it said, Siberia. There was, a subtitle that said it was in, Siberia.
Maybe he got out before...
To where, though?
I don't know. I don't know if Hopper's really dead.
I think it might be Papa. Dr. Brennan.
No, I thought he's dead.
We didn't see him die.
We didn't?
Never saw a body. Or maybe it's one of the other psychic kids. She's number 11. You didn't mean to tell me you're not going to see any other ones?
Maybe. Well, we saw, what was her, 9?
Yeah, I forget what her name was.
9 or 8. Anything else about Stranger Things?
I don't think so.
Okay. So I'm just looking at a text message from you from your trip. And you texted me saying we need to start thinking about the real hard-hitting issues.
We do need to start thinking about the hard-hitting issues. What was the hard-hitting issue I wanted us to start thinking about?
Lasagna is just spaghetti cake?
Damn right it is. It's not my joke, by the way.
I know it's not, because I've heard it before. Just like spaghetti is just hair for meatballs is not my joke, but... What, why? Where did that come from?
I don't remember. I saw commercial or something. Or an internet meme or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Lasagna is just some spaghetti flavored cake. I don't know. I saw it and then I felt like texting it to you.
Oh, okay.
What else we got? I feel like this episode's going bad. I feel like it's my fault. I'm kind of tired. Today was my first day back to work.
Oof.
So I'm kind of feeling it. So if this episode's terrible, it's my fault.
I was going to read the really long real estate ad, but it's really long.
Oh, no, read it. It's funny.
Well, because I also have like some more... I've got some good autocorrect fails, some funny texts from bad neighbors, and some funny Tinder conversations.
Read the house, the real estate ad.
All right, hold on. I gotta find it. All right. So let me preface this by saying that somebody that I grew up with, he is in the military, and him and his wife are selling their house. And he's not one of those like loud, obnoxious, funny guys. He's pretty quiet.
Dry?
Yeah, dry would be good. So please bear with me because it is long. All right, read this. Buy this house now. Okay, the original post is great, but allow me to add some more selling points. First, our real estate agent Claudia has a 10th degree black belt in selling homes. Never heard of it? That's because she doesn't brag. She just executes home sales faster than you would lose an arm wrestling match to Lincoln Hawk. Go ahead, look it up. What do you need to know about the area? The home is located in the geographical center of the U.S. No, it's not Lebanon, Kansas, which you just looked up on Google. The house can be seen from space. Don't believe me? Check Google Earth. For military members, it's 30 minutes away from NS Mayport and NAS Jacksonville. Why? Because the base freaked out when they realized they couldn't pick it up on radar. See cloak and comment below. This house is as patriotic as they come. It's 100% located in the U.S. and all wood used in building the house is 100% wood. Wood from America. It's also ready to fly your American flag upon move-in. So why is this house, henceforth known as house, awesome, you ask? Great question. Prepare to have your mind blown with minutia you couldn't get otherwise. Hurricanes, stay clear of it. It comes with its own restricted airspace. Yes, that's right. The Jax Airport diverts all traffic around my house. Just watch. House is the biggest house on the block. It once told another house to go home and take its ball with them. That house no longer comes around. Don't worry, this house is not a bully. It just doesn't put up with crap from other houses. It's painted green. Why? Because I like the color. Oh, I'm sorry, no. Why? Because I like the color? No, because it's camouflaged along the trees and bushes and stuff. Yes, no issues with armed intruders. If that isn't enough for you, it also has a cloaking device. It's off now so you can see the pictures. More on security. It's wired from a home security system, but you don't need it. Ready to install hornet's nests in many locations on property to keep criminals away, as well as little Johnny who just threw his football over your fence. Not today, kid. Has a doorbell. Comes with its own theme music that can possibly be tailored to you. Currently set to the theme music from The Natural. If you don't like it, you better talk House into something cooler. House comes with Spike TV channel. I know what you're thinking, it's Paramount Network. Well, you're wrong. I'm talking about the channel that showed Bloodsport for 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. That channel, and yes, you get it for free, and already added to your channel favorites listing. For life. Awesome. House taught Kevin Bacon and Patrick Swayze, henceforth known as the Sways, what a true American, how to dance. George Washington once slept in House, although there were some authenticity issues, so the plaque had to come down. The Lewis and Clark expedition originated from House. Fact check me, go ahead. If Bob Ross painted House, it would have Chuck Norris soaring over it on the back of a phoenix. Yeah, mind blown. Update. I forgot about this in the original. Probably your number one thing to envision when imagining yourself in this house. Imagine yourself standing in the driveway next to a 1979 black Trans Am with the T-tops off, just glistening in the sun. Oh wait, is that a 2-car driveway and garage? Yup, now imagine 2 Trans Ams in your driveway. No, they are not his and hers cars. They're both of yours. Now imagine you in a white jean jacket with some Journey blaring out of the garage. You're probably the coolest person right now just for being able to imagine that. And you have this house to thank for that. You're welcome. Okay, a little more on the interior. The living room is World Series and Super Bowl friendly. Don't let your spouse bring that Real Housewives of Calcutta or any other Bravo nonsense in here. House doesn't like it. They can wash that trash in the bedroom. As far as appliances, fridge, stove, and dishwasher are all there if you're into that sort of thing. Only 2 things you need to satisfy House, though, are a toaster oven, epic, and a grill in the backyard. House appreciates cooking on the grill. House has a lot of redundancy built in, at least 2 of everything in most cases. Bathrooms, sinks, light switches, floors, etc. You name it, there's probably 2. Update 2. This house is complete with secret trapdoors, rooms, and tunnels. They're pretty hard to find, and over 10 years of ownership, I have yet to locate them. But you will have fun trying to find them. Don't worry, they're not on the plans, and I wouldn't tell you where they were anyway. Seriously, you'll have fun with it. Dealing with children. All right, House has dealt with 4 children over the years. 2 little boys currently. It can take a beating on the sheetrock like nobody's business. Put little Johnny in the corner. When he acts up, no problem. House will stonewall him without relent. When it comes to discipline, House is old school. Put your hand on the stove or a fork in the socket and the house will make sure you only do it once. That's parenting. Don't worry though, all doorknobs are taller than a 2-year-old, so they won't be pulling a Chris Angel while you're busy studying the football game. Okay, lastly, you're in Florida, so you want the beach. Sure, it's about 30 minutes away, but don't worry. Every room in the house is compatible with the Star Trek type transporter. No, don't ask us to include that when you request to purchase the house. You're already getting the house. Buy your own transporter. Okay, do the right thing. Check out this house now. Lived in and loved, and I'm not sure that I want to sell it. Enough said, mind blown for sure. Take a break, snack into a Slim Jim, and power down a Snickers before you give Claudia a call. Trust me, she's super energetic and the only qualified agent to handle this house. Disclaimer, there may be some embellishment here.
It's a good ad.
It is a good ad. The Trans Am thing made me laugh upon reading it for the first time because he had a Trans Am as a teenager.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was a little Easter egg then.
Yes, it was. Because I've known him like most of my life.
Nice.
Hopefully the listeners find that funny because that was a lot.
Can we talk about Avengers Endgame for a moment?
Sure.
Can we talk about the Russos' tour that they announced?
I'm not aware of this, so go on.
So Marvel and the Russos have just announced the We Love You 3000 tour. In celebration of the in-home release of Marvel Studios' Avengers Endgame, Marvel Studios and director Anthony and Joe Russo have teamed up to launch the We Love You 3000 tour as a way to thank fans who have invested so deeply in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, making it the single most successful franchise in film history. Special guests from Marvel Studios and the MCU will visit 9 U.S. cities, beginning in San Diego at Comic-Con International on July 20th and ending in Anaheim at D23 Expo 2019 on August 25th. Greeting and treating fans at each tour stop. Follow along and check back often to view most up-to-date recaps of what took place and what's to come next. So if you live in San Diego, Washington State, Seattle, San Francisco, Chicago, Illinois, Miami, Florida, Torrance, California, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Cleveland, Ohio, or Anaheim, California, you can go to the We Love You 3000 tour. If you don't, then you can't. But I thought that was kind of nice.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think they should release a box set.
Oh, God. You know how expensive that would be?
Hear me out. It's an all-digital box set.
Okay.
And it comes in a little, like, USB drive.
Okay.
And the USB drive is inside, like, an infinity gauntlet.
Okay.
and you put on the Infinity Gauntlet and you punch your DVD player as hard as you can, and whatever movie you're thinking of comes on.
Why are we punching the DVD player?
I don't know, because you put on an Infinity Gauntlet, you might as well punch something.
It's not how that works.
Okay, then you snap.
There you go.
And it will progress you through the Marvel Cinematic Universe in order of release date. Okay. So if you're like, I want to watch these movies, you put it on and you're like, Iron Man, boom, comes on the TV.
I do like the idea.
Whatever one came next.
I do like
whatever
the
one's
idea
after that.
of them releasing.
I want to get all the way to Endgame. Hold on. Okay, there. Oh, I passed it. Gotta go back.
You done?
Now I'm done.
I do like the idea of a digital box set, though, or at least like a digital bundle.
Hell yeah!
Because that's a lot of movies.
Get me all those in my computer hard drive. What'd you say? In my eyes?
Eye holes. Yeah, my eye holes.
Get me all those in my eye holes. Invent some sort of matrix technology so I can jack in and just watch them all in under 5 seconds. I could be like, and then I'd be like, I know how Endgame ends. Be like, show me.
Did you see that? Like, what was this Area 51 nonsense?
They're going to storm Area 51 because, quote, they can't shoot us all.
Who?
I don't know, people. So, I knew you were going to ask about this.
Well, because I saw, like, Neil Patrick Harris posted something about it, and I guess, like, Keanu Reeves?
So, 500,000 people have pledged to storm Area 51 to, quote, see them aliens. Okay. Let me read you this story.
Please do.
Nearly 500,000 believers have declared they're rushing Area 51 to, quote, see them aliens. By late Friday, 496,000 Facebook users RSVP'd yes in hopes of catching up with their otherworldly friends at the event, quote, storm Area 51, comma, they can't stop all of us, end quote, on September 20th in the Nevada desert. An additional 494,000 users responded that they were interested. Quote, we will meet up at Area 51 alien-centered tourist attraction and coordinate our entry, end quote, according to the event organizer, whose Facebook handle is shit posting 'cause I'm in shambles.
Okay.
Quote, if we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens, the organizer wrote, referring to the Japanese anime Naruto title character's distinct running style, in which he runs with his arms outstretched behind him. The term is also a popular meme. Let's see them aliens, he concluded. Goes on to say, Area 51 is the part of the Nevada desert located in the highly classified remote detachment of Edwards Air Force Base, where conspiracy theorists believe UFO spacecraft are stored. Would-be alien buddies should brace themselves for possible disappointment, though. Some social media users expressed concern over the timing of the event. Folks, bad news, Facebook user Jen Petrilli posted on the event's discussion page. This event is planned for September 20th. While I love the planning time, this gives them a lot of time to move the aliens out of Area 51. If we want to get our extraterrestrial pals into safe and loving arms, this needs to be ASAP. Love, a friend to the aliens.
Jesus Christ.
End of article. Thank you to www.wphm.net for that story.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that makes about as much sense as anything else. Fucking weirdos.
I mean, I don't think these people have sense to realize that, in fact, the Air Force will shoot them all.
Yes. And the Air Force even said, we will.
Please do not invade this Air Force base, we will fire upon you.
Yeah.
And you will be dead. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out.
But I saw something today, and it was like a couple of people... Hold on.
Somebody forwarded me an invite.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me see if it's up here. Yep, Storm Area 51, they can't stop all of us. If you go to the event page, it says... Details, we will meet up at Area 51 Alien Center tourist attraction and coordinate our entry. If we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens.
Right.
Even though I already said that. As of right now, today is July 15th, it would appear that there are 1.1 million going, 981,000 are interested.
Okay, well, good.
Before I forget, I'm going to click interested because I want to follow this shit to the end.
But it was like The Rock posted something on like Twitter or Instagram.
I think I just saw too that Danny Trejo has said he's going.
Danny DeVito said something about his dong.
Chuck Norris is going, I think.
Let me see. Area 51. Here we go. Oh yeah, here it is. Chuck Norris, Area 51, count me in. Keanu Reeves, Area 51, here I come.
God, I can't wait to see how this plays out. I mean, we're both in agreement here that nobody is going to show up, right?
Right. Oh, The Rock, Area 51, get ready. Can you guess what The Rock is cooking? Neil Patrick Harris said, telepathic communication with aliens is my specialty. I'm in, bitches.
God, I hope, like, one guy shows up. Like the one guy that planned it.
I think it was meant as a joke.
And the video footage will just be him going, what the hell, man? Where are you guys?
Oh, man. People are ridiculous.
I mean, I'm not down for seeing anybody get assassinated on live television, but there's a small level of comic relief that would be this guy Naruto running towards an Air Force base on live television and just them shooting him with like a tranq bullet and just to see him go and hit the ground.
Let's see them aliens.
I'm gonna see them aliens. Done.
Fucking stupid.
I'm gonna run faster than your bullets. Done. Oh, in any case.
All right. So.
Hey, next season of Supergirl, she's wearing pants.
I don't watch Supergirl. I haven't watched it in like 2 seasons.
She's ditching the skirt and she's putting on pants.
Well, good. I'm glad.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, so I was trying to find some funny things for us to read. And Ranker had 26 texts from terrible neighbors.
Okay.
So this is a message between somebody and A-hole Dan. A-hole Dan says, your kid's wagon is in my yard again. The other guy says, come on, Dan, I'm looking at it right now. It's like 3 inches over the property line. Dan says, that makes it my yard. Other guy says, so what? What is it with you? A-hole Dan says, 3 inches and 3 inches is 3 inches. The other guy says, that must be what Lori told you when she filed for divorce.
Oh, sick burn, dude.
All right. This is between Megan and 2A and the other person. So Megan says, hey, did I just see you outside walking a pig? And the other person says, yes, she's our pet. Megan says, you can't seriously think that it's a good idea to have a smelly, disgusting pig in our building, can you? The neighbor says, given some of the men we've seen you bringing home at 2 a.m., I'm not sure I get your point.
Good. I like that one.
All right. This is a conversation between 2 neighbors. Hey, I'm going out of town on Saturday through Tuesday. Can you get my mail for me? The other neighbor says, what are you going to do for me? Original neighbor says, not tell your girlfriend that you're fucking the girl at the Mini Cooper. The other guy says, no problem, see you Wednesday. All right. This is between, again, unnamed people. I'm not the only one who's bothered by them. Your wind chimes are still annoying as hell. The other person says, sorry you feel that way. The other person says, I don't feel that way. That's a fact. I'd rather hear my parents fuck than listen to your wind chimes. Wind chime person says, I'll try to get audio of that. Until then, enjoy the chimes. This is a conversation between Jerica and somebody else. Jerica said, I could hear you having sex last night. Are you trying to make sure everybody hears? Other person says, my parents are in town for the holidays, so I don't know what you heard, but it wasn't me. Jerica says, apparently I heard your parents fucking all night. The other person says, Jesus, unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe?
Yeah.
Class.
This is between somebody and 6F. So somebody says, your son slipped a drawing under my door. 6F says, that's so sweet. Other person says, it's a drawing of a very hairy penis. Not cool. 6F says, he's only 8. He doesn't know about manscaping yet. Let's see. Some of these aren't that funny. Okay, here we go. Hey, do you guys have anything that would fix the sink? I don't even know what I would need. Other person says, sounds like you're looking for a plumber. The other person says, or if you could look so I didn't have to pay a plumber. Other person says, sure. Sounds like the start of a porno. I'll be right over. Other person says, you're disgusting and you have a girlfriend. First person says, backstories aren't important in pornos. Just what happens when I come snake your drain. Would you mind closing your blinds a little tighter? My elderly father is staying with me and he keeps staring out the window at your house. Other person says, if he's that old, maybe this is his last shot at some cheap thrills. Let him look.
Oh, I got a good one. This is a throwback to our last episode. My coworker said Billie Eilish makes music for girls who call themselves psycho but are afraid to ask for extra ketchup in a restaurant.
I saw that one. This is between Creeper Neighbor and somebody else. Creeper Neighbor says, hey neighbor, what's with the big new fence? Other person says, what's with the binoculars? Creeper Neighbor says, they're for bird watching. I'm into birds. Other neighbor says, name one bird right this second. Creeper Neighbor says, big bird. Other neighbor says, yeah, right, pervert, enjoy the fence. Creeper Neighbor says, you have weird nipples anyway.
I lost about half of that because of the dog barking.
Oh, come on. Basically, the Creeper Neighbor told the other person they have weird nipples. What?
Classmate, who you texting? Me, turning away. It's private. Billy the Brontosaurus cranes their 20-foot neck around my shoulder. It's fucking Jessica. LMAO.
Are you reading Ryan's Twitter again?
Yep. That's where all the funny stuff resides. Have you seen the "Okay, Hear Me Out" memes that have been going on lately?
The what?
The "Okay, Hear Me Out" memes.
No.
It's just pictures of actors that have been suggested to be cast in The Little Mermaid. And then it'll have a picture that says, okay, hear me out.
Okay.
The first one I saw was Guy Fieri next to a picture of Ursula, and it said, okay, hear me out.
Oh, yes, I have seen these memes. Yep, go on.
Your cousin posted one, Snoop Dogg wearing a yellow hat next to Flounder. It says, okay, hear me out.
He was wearing a Flounder hat.
It's not. I mean, I guess it's sort of a flounder hat.
Okay, weird question, but hear me out. Would it be okay if I borrowed your daughter for like an hour? I will be responsible. I just want to impress a girl who has a kid. The other person says, by borrowing someone else's child? It says, well, she won't know that. So you want to impress her by lying? Yes. No, absolutely not. Can you please stop barking? Please?
Oh, there's actually a tweet on here that he tweeted that I thought was funny.
Okay.
Happy lengthy fireworks Snapchat story that I'm going to rapidly tap through without watching of July.
My friend Sarah is coming over. Can she park her car in your driveway? Is she hot? Can I park my car in her driveway? That's a metaphor. My car is my dick. Her driveway is... I'm open to any of her 3 driveways, actually. The other person says, no, you can't put your dick in any of her driveways. Can she park there or not? No, my girlfriend's over.
God, he's all about Billie Eilish.
He likes Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish makes music that makes you think your car speakers are blown.
That is true.
White moms be like, let's skedaddle.
Let's see. We've got some more autocorrect fails. This is a conversation between dad and child. Child said, I heard mom got stung by a few bees this morning. Is she okay? Hospital? Dad said, she's okay now. No hospital. She had to take the deep penis. Kid says, oh, what? Dad said, I had to inject her with an epic penis. Oh, for Christ's sakes, EpiPen. This is between Aaron and somebody. Aaron says, can you pick me up some more boobsicles? I meant boobsicles. Boobsicles. God donkey. So the other person says, so that's 3 orders of boobsicles and 1 holy donkey. Anything else? Aaron says no. Are you laughing at that or something Ryan posted?
A little bit of both.
Okay, what did Ryan post?
A forklift with something phallic on the front of it and driving around and down, and it just says, the trailer for the new Cars movie looks weird.
Brutus! Shush!
That dog is recording our podcast.
Dog.
I mean, that's all I have for today anyway, so. Sorry.
Thanks, Brew.
Podcast jerk. Well, as always, you can find us a lot of places. Some of those places are Twitter, A&J at A&J Have No Ideas, or Facebook, April and J Have No Ideas, or an email, April and J Have No Ideas at gmail.com, or on Stitcher, or iTunes, or iHeartRadio, or Spotify, or
Random
not
Chatter
SoundCloud
Network,
because they're douches.
Why? What's wrong with SoundCloud? Were we not on it?
It never uploads. It's always like, hey, you can't upload another video because you're...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And at randomchatternetwork.com, because we are part of the Random Chatter Network of fine podcasts.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hopefully, we'll get back into our stride. It's been a couple of weeks.
Summer vacation's hard, people.
It is.
Going back to work for the first day after summer vacation is also hard.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that.
I had to think about it today and do it.
It's. I think it's a lot harder when you're off for like 3.5 months.
Yeah, it probably is.
I don't want to think about August.
Don't do it.
August is the Sunday of months.
Don't do it.
Okay, well, if you have any suggestions for us, we're always open to them. Not that
Flow
anybody...
those down.
Huh?
I said flow those down. Or
Yeah.
join Discord and join the Random Chatter Network on Discord, and you can talk to us through our own personalized channel
Yes.
where we share things, feelings, thoughts, ideas.
Did you see the seagull video I posted yesterday?
Which one? The guy was holding something, and then the
Yes.
seagull just took it and like choked it down. Yeah, seagulls are dicks. What a bunch of douchebags.
Oh, seagulls are the worst. Okay. Well, I guess on that note, I've been April.
And I've been Jay.
And it was an idea.
We talked about some things.
Yeah.